Welcome back to the imaginary gallery. It's TJ, your host, and tonight's topic is from a private message from a source who wishes to remain anonymous. Hi, TJ, love your videos. Thank you for helping me understand and heal. I would like to remain anonymous. I'm going through some hoovering / flying monkeys issues right now. My ex-boyfriend is targeting all the females in my life that he used to claim liked him. I'm fearful that he might try and have sex with one of them to piss me off. Have you experienced that? Have any of your narcs had sex with someone close to you during no contact just to make you angry? He keeps tugging at their heartstrings with his sob stories. In fact, that's how he got me. He is already pissing me off by telling them stories and fables about our past relationship. I am a very private person, and he knows that. People are calling me from everywhere. Please reply or cover. And then there's another part that says, hello again. To piggyback on my last message, what kills me is that he offered to buy the female flying monkey, which is my extended family member, a huge gift to help him get back to me. That is beyond inappropriate, and with all the other opportunists in this evil world, I think someone is going to try and sexually manipulate him for material gain or whatever. I never trust a female with a man. Well, one thing that remains unclear is this ex-boyfriend an ex-boyfriend that you had said it's over, you dumped, or he discarded you? So since we don't know that answer, I'll have to try to cover it from both angles. If it is targeting people you have introduced it to, and I'm assuming during your involvement, you were probably told things like, oh yeah, she thinks I'm hot. Probably is a way to terrorize, subtly, covertly, setting it up for later. Because if he's a monster, he already knows things never last. But he may pretend that they will. But he's getting everything set up for the future, it seems, from what I'm hearing or reading. But yes, I have experienced that type of thing, whether it's sex or whether it's just like I introduce the person to just a friend on a casual evening and have plans with somebody else and say, hey, come on, we'll go together. I've had cases where the monster meets the friend of mine, and then the person would go over to that person's place without me. Kind of like I introduced them, and then it goes off behind my back and like tries to be all buddy-buddy with the person, which I think is kind of inappropriate and sneaky. If you dumped this creature because it's a monster, and that's what it sounds like from what I'm reading, it appears that he is trying to show you. He is trying to let you know that he will not disappear without a fight. So when he's chasing after the females in your life, flirting with them and crying to them, if they're attracted to him, they'll probably be tempted to listen to him. And then if he says, oh, can we please just meet? They probably will. It is interesting that you said that you're fearful that he might try and have sex with one of them to piss you off. Well, if we're dealing with a cluster B narcissistic psychopathic monster creature, I would guess he'd probably try to have sex with more than one of them. The more, the better. Because remember, to these people, regardless of how they mirrored you, they don't see you as an emotional person they connect with. They see you as a source of supply they can get things out of. And if you know too much about them, well, then you're not as good of a supply. But anybody is fair game. It probably would not be beyond the person to try to chase after several of them. And of course, wouldn't tell one about the other. Now, if they're all good friends together, then it might be a little bit more difficult. But regardless, they'll do anything. And if during your beginning conversations you expressed a situation such as, oh yeah, my ex, oh, after we broke up, he immediately dated my sister or something, that gives them fuel for future supply because they get off on what really gets you. And we trust these people and think that they're on our side because they're giving love bombing, so then we are tempted to open up and just tell them, oh, my last one, oh, this horrible thing happened. Well, they're taking notes of this, and they know that if you ever betray them in their mind, twisted, which basically means if you figure them out and step away, they're going to show you. And so they set up these things to get you, to bother you, to get your attention. And the truth is, they're playing with whoever they can play with. And if you say, how dare you have sex with my friend, you'll probably hear, I just did it to make you mad. I really want to be with you. Now come back to me. And they'll try to use it as a manipulation tactic. So then you feel like, oh dear, I better date him again. If I don't, he might run off with her. But again, that's no way to live because you're playing into the game. And chances are, he has a whole different storyline with the friend. And they just, I don't know how they do it. And I think it's sick because these people don't have like a real self and a real life. They're all a con artist. And you need to learn to realize that's what's going on here, is this person knows what really gets to you. You probably expressed concern before, like if you were together and he said, oh yeah, your friend we saw last night, she likes me. Well, you might have said something like, well, are you interested in her? And if you did, that tells him that, oh, I'm going to mark that one down in my books. If I ever need to get her and hoover her, I'll do this. That'll get her attention. And they just pick whatever works to drive you crazy. And it's not like most people are raised. Most people are raised to be a productive member of the society, and if you meet somebody nice and you're going to be dating them, well, you treat them well and hope for the best for them. But that doesn't happen with these creatures. They're a different breed. They are a reptilian shapeshifter. But it's interesting how you'd mentioned how he is telling the sob stories to the new targets, and you can recall that when you met him, he was telling you sob stories of other targets, which pretty much identifies that this is an ongoing thing with this person. And a lot of times they mess up everything in one area. They actually end up having to move to a different city because they've tainted everybody in the area, and everybody gets onto them eventually. Just like if you meet somebody who says they really like you, you're so beautiful. Oh, but by the way, I'm married or I'm dating, but oh, I really like you. My marriage isn't working, but oh, you're so great. Look out for that crap too, because that's just a preview of what you will endure in the near future. Because this person is telling you, oh, I don't finish one thing before I start another one. And if you say that to them, oh no, it's just you. You're the exception. It's like, no, you're not. But what are they supposed to say? So beware of that crap. But yes, if he's going to the other people and telling stories and twisting them, which I've experienced that too, and what's interesting or sickening is a lot of times they will actually set the circumstances up so you like step into your role and just do what you're wanted to do, and then when you do it, they then go to the flying monkeys and say, can you believe what he or she did? Oh, and the truth is you did, but the other person doesn't know what led to it. They basically like to set up disasters. When regular people think of, I'm going to please someone and I'm going to feel good for the rest of the day because I gave this person something great for genuine reasons, they don't do that. They do that to hook you in, but eventually they set up the worst possible scenario that's really going to get to you the worst, and then sit back and revel in their supply. And it's a sickening thing because, again, they're reptilian shapeshifters. And as far as your message says that people are calling from everywhere, so I'm not sure what that refers to, unless it means like, oh, your ex called me, we're going to go out tomorrow night, or if that's what's going on, because and I'm sure they won't say, I'm trying to get back at her, I'm going to see you. They'll be pretending to be the victim because they love the pity play. And of course your friend or friends probably will buy into the crap, because these people have magical, nasty abilities too to charm people. And you may find some of your previous friends turning against you based on things he has said. And it'll be believable because these people have practiced this crap for ages. So they know just how to say it. And they also can assess each and every one. They have like this machine in their brain that scans them up and down. And so they can look at one and think, oh, she's too headstrong, she's too independent, she won't work. And then go to the next one. Oh, that's a good one. They have an ability to detect prey, and it's sick. But they will target the ones that will be most susceptible to their mind control games. And that'll work perfect because they'll say things like, please don't tell her or him I said this, but I feel this way and that way. And then the other person will be like, oh, I know exactly how that is. Oh, how dare he or she. And they do this kind of thing. That's like their life's work, to mess with other people's lives and destroy them if possible, especially if you betray them, which really means you discover them and flee. But as far as the additional part, he offered to buy the female flying monkey, which is your extended family member, a huge gift, which I don't understand how a huge gift will help him get back to you. Do you mean he's buying a huge gift for her so you'll get mad by knowing about it? Or buying a huge gift? I don't get that part. So he's buying a gift for somebody else that's going to help him get back to you. I'm not sure, which I can make some interpretations. If he's buying something fancy for somebody in your life just so you will be jealous or concerned, and then if you step forward and say, don't accept that, he's a horrible person, he did this and he did that, the other person's probably going to be like, honey, you need to let it go. She's been brainwashed. But either way, it sounds evil, so it sounds like inappropriate things are being done, and especially considering the fact that had the two of you never met, he would not even know these other people that he's doing these things with. But it sounds, from what I'm reading, like this person's playing a game and playing everybody in the game at the same time. Compartmentalization, telling you one thing, telling this one that, something else, and if you do respond to a Hoover, oh, I don't really like her, he might say. It's you I'm interested in. But then if you were to switch compartments over into the other one, you'll hear him say, oh, I don't care about her anymore. I want you now. And they think they can balance these different scenarios all at the same time. See, most people have like one scene in their life that is sent by itself, and then it ends, and then they go to the second one. These people, they have to have more than that. They have to have 5, 6, 7, 8 at the same time. And if the one they're after the most doesn't return their advances or catches on to their game, they will do whatever is necessary to cause the most trouble. And I know it's a horrible feeling to deal with that, especially if they're people that you're close to, because you may find yourself alienated from them, even though you have known them for years and this person just stepped in recently, it can be difficult. But typically what I've seen happens, even though not immediately necessarily, eventually their true colors get discovered. And probably at the end of all this, all of you will be discarded while he moves on to the next group of people. Because the thing is, they can't sustain their game. And especially with today's day and age, where we have forums to discuss such things, you'll no longer just be sitting there by yourself in your home thinking, oh my goodness, I hadn't met this person, and it's just a very strange situation. I don't know what to do. It's not strange. In fact, if you compare stories, you'll find out it's the same story pretty much with everybody, because they're all evil. They want to harm. But your last statement is indicating there are other opportunists in this evil world, which it is evil, full of the reptilian shapeshifters. And I'm wondering if you wish that someone else will try to manipulate him for material gain. But as far as the message, I don't know if I covered the information you wanted. It sounds typical, especially if someone's trying to push you for something and you back away. Well, then they go to every other avenue around you, so you will at least be aware of it and possibly come back to them or reach out to them. But even if you do, they've got another scheme going. So their game never ends. If or once that period occurs where everybody's on to him, hopefully he'll be gone and go to another area. Peace.
I am the narcopath.
No one else will ever accept you the way you are. I'm gonna prove it to you.
Spank my booty, honey. I need to be whipped. Oh.
And that stupid, retarded Megan Kelly witch cunt. She is so stupid. Having an interview fake with the elephantas, meaning I love children, hint, hint, doesn't that give it away? Trying to cover up our operation here. She is stupid. And then, in Norway, Operation Darkroom, it's the same thing. I thought it was kind of funny how the U.S. media killed that story, because how stupid would it sound for them to sit there and tell their fake story about fake news with a child pedophilia ring in the USA in the D.C. area, and then have to go to their next story to talk about a child sex ring in Norway, which arrested over 51 people for child trafficking. Oh dear, they couldn't have that now, could they? Oh, people just get over it. We're gonna have our children whether you like it or not. And you stupid people calling fake news, well, the goddamn mainstream media is all fake news anyway. They want a goddamn monopoly over the fake news when they're the queens and kings of it, as it is. They don't want anybody else to tell the truth. Well, I don't want people telling the truth either if it interferes with my fun, because I want to have my cheese pizza, and I will have it. Did you hear me? I will have it. Hillary, who cares about that witch? Witch!
So I suggest that you